in the infinite me. Alright. Time to get going. So, let me put 4 hours on the clock. Are you ready? Ignore everything that's happening right now. Oh, it's not happening. Don't worry about it. Ignore it. Probably should have set up a timer scene before I went live, huh? These are just things that you think about after you've done things. So why have you decided that I don't get to capture my browser? All right. Why is follow goal there? I don't want that. We're developing. Money's going to charity. I don't give a damn. This is such a professional stream. Alright. So here's the deal. I'm going to dinner at 5:45, which means I've got 3 hours and 45 minutes on the clock. And we're just gonna have to make it work. All right, so here's our timer as it stands right now. We're gonna reset that, make it 3 hours and 45 minutes. Is that, this sucks. Okay. So if I do like 3 hours, will it give me like a subdivision or no? Okay. All right, here's our timer. It's going. So let's open Godot and we're gonna make a new project. Okay, now it's time to do planning. So we're already gonna minimize that. It's gone. And we're gonna open up, oh no, I don't have it downloaded. So we're gonna download my personal favorite little piece of, well, no, we're not gonna do that yet. So we're just gonna open up a blank Vim window. We're not gonna save this or anything. So 3-hour game idea. Maybe I will save it somewhere. But for now, here's the plan. We are going to make it's going to be a platformer. It's going to be 2D. I was thinking for mechanics, we could have switching gravity, like VVVV style. Or something similar. I just think that would be sort of the most interesting, like, little twist to add. We'll try for like 5 levels. We'll try for spikes. We're actually gonna make these like almost checkboxes. All right, and now let's think about what else we want. So we want our basic like platformer movement. I feel like that's implied. And then we want the switching gravity, and we want spikes, a few levels. Yeah, so let's hop in. I mean, that's all we really need. So we're gonna make a 2D scene. We're gonna call this level 1. We're going to make some folders. We're going to make a script folder. We're going to make a... Do we want to do sprites, or are we just going to do... We're going to make a sprites folder. We're going to make a scenes folder. So we're going to run this, and then we're also going to make a folder for our root scenes, which are going to be called levels. So we've got our level 1. So first thing to do is make a player. So that's going to be a 2D kinematic body. Oops. And then we're going to go ahead and lock its children, and we're also going to, before I forget, save it as scene. So now we're going to be editing the player scene directly. So now we need a collision shape 2D. For now, we're just going to make it a rectangle, because we're going to give, instead of a sprite, we're going to give a color rect. So let's edit this to be we're gonna actually unlock it for a second just so we can line it up. All right, that'll work. So now we have, and now we're gonna lock it now that we have that set up. So we have our player. Let's go ahead and make a floor. So that's gonna be a static body 2D with a collision shape 2D and a color rect. Well, actually, hold on. We're going to save that as a scene. We'll call it floor. So now we'll rename it to floor here. Remove this one. Bring in a floor. Okay, so now that's set up. So we're going to give it a collision shape, which is also going to be a rectangle. And then we're going to give it a color rect as well. And we're gonna make it a nice long boy. Gonna line this up. All right, that looks even. So we'll go ahead and save that. Now we have a floor. And then we're gonna go ahead and duplicate that for the ceiling so that we can test that later on. And then, oh, before I forget, another child of the player is going to be a 2D camera, so we can have the camera follow the player. And we'll make that our current camera. All right. Now, there's a couple input things that we need to do. We're gonna ignore basically all of this stuff. We're gonna make move left, move right. Oh, I didn't, already screwed up two things in and I messed up my naming convention. We have jump, and then we have, we'll call it switch. And then, yeah, that'll be enough for now. So we'll make move left will be A. No, don't. But it can also be left. And it can also be left stick left. And then move right can be right. It can also be D. And it can also be, oh, left stick right. And now jump, we're going to make space or the Xbox A button. And then switch, we're going to make shift or the Xbox X button. So those are going to be our controls. And so now it's time to actually, oh, it's not actually time to do any code yet. It's time to go do some screen stuff. So in window, we're gonna make this 320 by 480. Oh no, the other way around. And then we're gonna resize it to 1270, or no. Yeah, no, 1270 by 720. The way that we're gonna do that is stretch is 2D, like that. So now, this is our level. And so we're gonna have to these color rects are going to be kind of annoying to work with for the start, so hopefully I can get to using, doesn't matter if it's not super precise, hopefully I can get to using sprites soon, because I would rather not work with this. Alright, so now we have our starting world. It looks so good. Now, I think I did some math wrong because it looks kind of stretched. So what is it normally? What are aspect ratios normally? They're like 1920 by 1280. Oh, that's what it was. I literally am just an idiot. Okay. These are 740 and like 12, what is it, 1280? Yeah, 1280 by 720. And then we'll make it, the actual width will be 720 by 480. So we have some more space to work with, which means we have to size up the floor again. Where, like, I don't... So if we do 0, 720, and then we just make you 0, because then we're going to make the top of this -8, +8. So there's actually some version of symmetrical. Except we're going to have to make it way shorter. All right. Alright, that will be more than good enough for our start, and then just for some differentiation, I'm going to make this nice black. Make sure that the stretching's, that's, okay, it's still stretching it because I'm bad at things, but that's perfectly serviceable. Alright, so now it's time to actually write code. So we're going to attach a script. We're going to call it player.gg. We're going to put it in our scripts folder. Okay. So, we don't need any of this. Get rid of all of this. So, var gravity equals 100, var gravity direction is 1, jump equals 2000. 100 var jumper, or no, that's, we can just make that the same as gravity because that'll always be the same. Yeah, well, we'll have to make this negative then if we're going to use the same for both. So now, what other things do we need? Var velocity. Oh, we'll need to do a max gravity. Var grav thresh. We'll call it 1,000. So yeah, okay. So I think those are all the variables we need. So now we're gonna do a physics process. We're gonna make a new variable here because we want it to be 0 by default. I always forget that we don't put parentheses around our if statements in Godot. It will never not be confusing to me as a concept. But that's okay. I don't actually want just pressed. I want just pressed. All right. Let me adjust my camera a little bit for y'all. So now we're gonna make it move right. So yeah, and now we're going to actually do our movement code, which is going to be like a fresh, or no, so we're gonna set our velocity to one more variable. And then our so that's right, and then we want our y value, which is going to be our vertical speed, which we'll calculate in a second. Is that right? Okay. So it's vector 2, and then our velocity vector 2, and then our vector 2, this, and then it closes, then it closes. Oh, and then I misspelled velocity over there, but we're going to ignore that for now. So I guess, okay, what we're gonna actually do all of those calculations here. Because I'm basing it off of this line. So we're just gonna shamelessly copy this and actually make it our variables. And then get rid of that. So now it works. Okay. Now we can actually work on some stuff. So if we are grounded, which means we're gonna have to be before that, actually, we're going to increase our vertical speed. So we're going to so that's going to be good. That's going to later allow us to change gravity when we move. Because for people who are just tuning in, we're doing a gravity switching platformer. Time to take a sip of my programming juice. All right, so if we're on the floor and we've pressed our jump button, then we're going to want to and then again, we're gonna multiply that by the gravity direction so that we can actually have it be useful for us later. And then this will just keep us from having problems later. This will make it so gravity just isn't constantly applying itself. And then we're going to make our max jump speed so we don't just continue falling down. Our gravity threshold. I don't know, that's not how you do it in this. It's all right. So now I think that should be our physics done. All right, well, the things are the wrong way around. So now we're going to do our gravity switching. So let's try that now. Woo! So the jumping doesn't work upside down, though. Oh, this is the wrong... Well, it's because this is the wrong variable, that's why. Okay, well, jumping still doesn't work. And then now I can't press it again. Ah, sneeze. Alright. So it's time to do some bug fixing. But first, let's go over to our little Vim window. Where did my Vim window go? Well, our document died, but that's okay. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's because I have Godot as an exception on my tiling window manager. But, so we have switching gravity is partially completed. We're gonna actually make this a permanent thing. So we're gonna go into our game file. Why didn't it? Ah. Okay, we're gonna, that's freaking out. So we're gonna. And then, did I lose that? My planning thing? Oh, well. All right, that's fine. Let's make the game actually. Why don't we? So, why would this not be working? Because if the gravity direction is -1, then okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Var jump check equals is on floor or is on ceiling. Let's see if that works. I don't know if that's even something you can do. Hey! This is honestly going way quicker than I expected. Let's see what our timer's looking like. 3 hours and 9 minutes. Okay, this is gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. This is going really well. So now, just for fun, we're gonna give ourselves a double jump. Okay, so now we're gonna change some of these to constants, constant, constant, constant. And we're just gonna move all those to the top because those are things that don't ever need to be modified. Okay. We're gonna rename this to grav check actually. Just so we can do that here as well. Then we'll make it so that so in theory, this should give us the ability to double jump. No. No. So we're not making this check here. We don't want grav check. All right, so that should fix that. Hey, we have double jumping. And then if we switch, all right, well now this breaks this. Let's remove this block and see if we can, if that was the problem. No. We're gonna say okay, so it is getting that. What if I just did this? Redo this logic a bit. I know, baby. I know you're upset. So why are you jumping repeatedly right now? Why do you think that needs to happen? Like, there should be no situation where you're jumping right now. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make some little nested things here. Now that is the sauce, if I do say so myself. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, okay. Okay. put these into some absolutes so that hopefully it fixes that gravity thing that's going on. So it dislikes that. I'm really interested in what it's doing here. Oh, it's because we're doing... Let's try that. Okay. Love bug fixing. So let's think about this. What if I made this an absolute? Okay, well that's something. That's partially working. Let me just make sure. Now this is what doesn't need to happen. None of this is right. I was completely wrong looking at that part of the code. Quite sure why we've lost the ability to jump. It's probably something to do with this. So if I just remove that check, are we... Okay, so we never get off the ground, but it is working. So what if we just get rid of that? I mean, if we're just going to continue getting rid of things. All right, so now, if the absolute value of our vertical speed is greater than the absolute value of our gravity threshold, then our v speed is going to equal our grav threshold times our gravity. It's going to equal okay, I think that makes sense. And then the other check we need to do is if we're on the ground or ceiling, so if grav check, and the absolute value of our v speed is greater than 5, v speed equals 5 times the gravity direction. I think that's what we want. But now this breaks jumping again. Let me think about this for a second. Is it because, oh my god, hold on. Is it because this is greater than this? No. So you can see it's printing ground jump here, which means it's trying to jump. Oh, you already know, baby. How's it going, homie? Thanks for the follow. What's slapping, bro? It's been a long time. Yeah, I'm failing at debugging why this isn't working right now. Bro, you gotta hit me up. We gotta link up. I'm back home right now, so we can hang at some point. That is so true. That is so true. Alright, good luck on your stream, buddy. I'm gonna figure out how to not suck at this. So, okay. Let's be logical here. Something is very hard for me to do. So we want to make sure, what's the point of this check? It's to make sure that we meet our gravity threshold. If I just get rid of that, is that our problem? No. And so if I get rid of this, so what we want here is for this. So now it's messing up on the top here. So we know grav check is succeeding. What is grav dir at this point? Where is grav dir changing? What if we just moved this up so that it checks beforehand? Yeah, so right now this is easier to solve. What if I wrapped this in an absolute? I'm doing so many absolutes right now. We'll just fix the double jump code very quick. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow, Rorald. Okay. So right now I'm currently at 29 followers. If we hit, or I'm at 30 followers now. If we hit 50, I'm doing a cat reveal, so get excited for that. But right now, let's think. Can I wrap this in parentheses just for my own sanity? And then say, or... Can I do that? Oh, okay. That might be our solution. Yay! Okay, well that's partially working now. So now why is our ground jump not working? It's got to have something to do with this. So greater than graph. Nope, that didn't fix it. Well, looks like we had a couple of link spammers in the old thing. Yeah, some spam thing. Well, hey, that actually got a spam thing. That's exciting. Okay, I don't actually need to see this anymore. So we're just gonna... Nice. You can see I just got a bunch of spams in my chat, which is very exciting and extremely cool for me. Yeah. So yeah. I'm just gonna drop a heart, and there we go. Now the links are hidden. Okay. You know what? I'm so glad that someone has finally asked me this. I do just be pooping. It is so common for me to just be pooping. But nobody ever talks about it. I feel like as a society. Like, we need to be talking about more whether we're pooping or not. You know? Exactly. You see, you get it. So here's my problem. Is that I'm bad at code. I don't know how to write code. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything. I feel like doing this should work. And it does. Except it doesn't. Okay. So there's our problem. Okay. Let's think. What if we just did this? This is like such a jank. Okay, but it does work. But once again, our jumps are broken for some reason. I do want to know something. Tell me. I'm gonna hide the chat window because that's not good. World of Warcraft is an awful, terrible, horrible game that you should never put yourself through. I didn't plan on doing it. So I use like Linuxy stuff these days. I don't even know if it would run on there. Actually, no, it does. I know for a fact it does, but I would never play it. I have 2 games that I refuse to play, and that's World of Warcraft and League of Legends. Just because they both seem like bad times. Oh, you poor idiot. You hate to see it. Just, here's something you can do. instead of playing World of Warcraft is anything else. Like arson would be a better use of your time than World of Warcraft. Theft of, like, just any theft, any crimes, I feel like are better use of your time than Grand Theft Auto. Or not Grand Theft Auto. That was one of the theft cons you could do. But it's a better use of your time than World of Warcraft. So now explain this to me. Why is jump not work? It is gravity. This is true. It's something to do with this line, I'm pretty sure. Which we can check by me doing this. It's not! Okay, so that's fine. Is it this? If it's this line, I'm gonna squeal until I collapse. It is. Okay, so here's what we can do real quick, is just... This is the only... Okay, so that's a good fix. If is floor. What if I just did if graph check v speed equals 1 times graph direction? So it's something to do with this. I need to make sure I can jump. Okay, peace out. But so we want, and our vertical speed is greater than the absolute value of our graph brush. So this broke that half, okay. I feel like we might have to make 2 things here. What if we just made like this super ass backwards? What if that was the thing that we did? Then it still messes up our jumps. I don't know why this is giving us problems with our jumping. I feel like it shouldn't be doing that. Let's look at the clock time. All right, 2.5 hours. So we're about just crossed the hour threshold. All right, you know what? So here's the line of code that I'm basing this on, which is So, like, we can just remove this, is the thing. And it works. But the problem is, as soon as you fall, you, like, fall. Out of curiosity, I wonder what input or what output. So it's just a Boolean. Okay, so we'll maybe do something like that later. Okay. So we can get rid of these prints. We don't need these anymore. Wait, did I just fix it? Oh my god, by just putting it here, for some reason it worked. Instead of down there. Oh, Christ. Okay. Why not? Well, you know what? Why not? Oh. That is agonizing. I don't understand. Why this is the case. Like, this doesn't seem like it should be the case, right? I'm not crazy. Alright, well, I'm gonna be right back, and then we'll get to work on some other things. All right, we're back. So now we have physics working, which is extremely cool. So now we're gonna make, I don't know, what should we make next? Should we do death next? Or should we do some levels? We'll do death next. So just a quick time check after I went to the bathroom. We've got 2 hours and 24 minutes. Is there a way? Oh, I can make this full screen. Well, that's useless to me. Is there a way I can just add this to be like always showing? The X composite seems to just not want to do it. Alright, well, no matter. So we've got 2 hours and 23 minutes left. And then, so let's work on some spikes stuff. So we've got the floor. These are the wrong way around. We've got the ceiling and the floor. Oh, I just passed 500 channel views. That's awesome. I'm so happy that people come by and just enjoy the time. Let me just get everything situated for optimal Twitch streaming. Drink some game development juice. So now we're gonna make a new thing. It's going to be, what would be the best for a spike? Maybe as our base, we'll do an area 2D? No. We'll do a... Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what's about to happen. We're gonna do a raycast so that we don't have we don't die if we collide with the sides of it. So we're actually going to make the top thing for now. We'll change this to a sprite later. So then we'll save that as a spike. Get rid of that. Open up this, and then we're gonna center it, right? Is that the... I like deeply dislike the way that color rects work. But, you know, not my call, I guess. Excuse me, Mr. Raycast 2D. Would you mind going into the center here? And we're gonna make you x22 so that it's just barely poking up. And then we'll make it like 5 times as wide. And then for some reason, because some sick person made it so that raycasts are disabled by default, we always have to click enabled. And so now we're gonna make a script. We'll put it in our scripts folder. All right. So we're actually going to have a little bit of a world handler. Which is going to allow us to restart things. Okay, so the question is, am I going to try and put a score in this? And the answer is no. So why am I doing any of this instead of the way simpler option? And the answer is, I don't know. So for that reason, we're deleting that. We're going to make the spike, have a script, where if it collides, if so now we can test this by first, we're gonna move the player to here, and then we're gonna put a spike here. We're gonna resize it because it's way too big. Okay. Okay, spike's done. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna find an art pack, which is, you know, kind of something that we're gonna need. Oh, this has some nice little animation stuff. I don't want stuff that's that animated is the problem, even though that looks really cool. Ooh, this might be cool. Ooh, a tile set ready for auto tiling. So that's exciting. Basic character with these things. Including spines. Okay, cool. So that'll probably work. Do we want to use this? Grassiest? I don't think so. That's nice, but that's not really what I'm going for. Please have a spike. Please have a spike. Spike, 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 spike. You know, this looks actually this looks very cute, actually. We're gonna do this. Okay. So now we're gonna just download that. We'll pick out the things that we want. Why are you having trouble with this? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and first we need to make sure that our import settings are correct, which is preset 2D pixel, and we're gonna re-import, set 2D pixel, set default, re-import. Okay, now let's bring in the spikes. And we will go ahead and replace this with a sprite. Spikes. And then this is gonna be your texture. And so our transformer Y scale is gonna be -1. And then how many frames do we have? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just gonna leave it like that. And then add in that original raycast 2D that we had. And then we're going to give it a spikes script. So yeah, that'll work, I think. I think that'll be cute. Now let's look for the ground. Oh, they have like a full background kind of thing. That's cool. Tile set is what we want. Okay. So I think so this is gonna really sort of show my general inability to do things. Is it 8x8? Is it 16x16? Yeah, that looks right. Okay. And so now I think we want to do it in like this. This is really not something I'm good at. No, come back. Where were you? Why are you gone now? We want a tile map and we want a new tile set, and that's what we want to do. New auto tile. I hate tile sets. Okay. What if we just did a really simple one, since it's like gonna be like this? We made an 8x8. Or no, 16x16 is what it is. get in real close for this. Okay. Why don't you want to select that last bit there? Should I just do this? Okay, that's fine. So now 3 by 3, we need to... Okay, perfect. So now bit mask. Well, we're getting somewhere. Now we just need to edit the tile set. Okay, I think I might have done this wrong. So I think it's something like this. Is it like... Is it that? Is that how you do it? I am so hopelessly lost when it comes to dealing with tile sets. It's embarrassing. What if it was like that? Some things are working. Okay, alright, so I need to rethink the way that I'm reading this little forum post on this side here. I need to rethink the way that I'm thinking about it. So, if we edit the tile set, edit, we're telling it where we aren't going to be touching. So, like... Okay. So if I just like fill in like this, is that gonna do it for me? Was I just being way too complicated about it? Oh! That's like kind of working. Okay, okay, okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So let's think again. All right, let's try again with a new auto tile, and we want all of this. I think we want it to be 16 by 16, bit mask, 3 by 3. No, 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 no. Filler all in, and then okay. So what does that look like? Worse is the answer. Looks like worse. No worries, no worries. We're getting somewhere is the thing. No, ignore everything. Why are you? Don't play anything. I don't need that. You can go away. Okay, that's good enough for us, for our purposes. So now, let's get rid of the floor and the ceiling. And let's paint up a level. Actually, while we're thinking about it, let's modify the camera a little bit. Oh, that's the color rect. I don't care about you. That's what we want. We'll make it negative to 30, just so we can see the ground a little bit, maybe? Why not? All right, and then let's can I give tile sets like collision? No. Not what I want, not what I want. All right, so if we This is incredible. If this just works, I'm gonna be so happy that I'm gonna squeal out loud, and you're gonna hear it. Why is it freaking out? Oh. That's why. It works. Oh my god, it just works. Woo, yay. This is very exciting. Okay. Oh, I'm a genius. I'm the smartest person alive. So one thing that we're gonna do real quick, get down there. So we're gonna edit the camera a little bit. We want it further down than that. Okay, so let's check that out. Let's see how that looks. Oh, okay. I'm so, like, I am ecstatic. Okay. This is such a whack tile map because it, like, doesn't do what it's supposed to do. And I know this. But, alas, I don't care. What are you? Let's get rid of you. Alright. So that's very exciting. I'm very excited about that. Okay. So now that we have that and that set up, let's get a player, shall we? So let's look at our... Let's go to our hero. Okay, so this is what we want. So the player is no longer going to have a color rect. It's out of here. We're instead going to have an animation player, which is using sprite. Not an animated sprite. I'm just gonna use sprite Bazinga, and then let's see how many frames we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so I know like next to nothing about how animation works. Alright, so let's figure this out, shall we? So we want a new animation that we're going to call idle. And that's going to be, hold on. Okay, so they should be like separate from each other then, I guess. So how do I add like a sprite to this? Okay. So now if we want the animation player, if we want it to loop, I need to press a button. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. Okay. So now we want like at 0.3 for okay. So we want it to loop. And all right, we're gonna start here. Sprite. So key, 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 key. One, two, three, four. That's it. Okay. And then so. How do I edit like this stuff? Discrete is what we want, I think. Stop. I want this to be shorter. Make it shorter. I don't want... What is onion skinning? What could that possibly mean? Oh, here we go. So... Okay, that's awesome. So now we're gonna... just do that, I guess? Like, what? So now what happens if we play this? I'm just stuck. So now we get rid of you, maybe? Do we do that? No. All right. Okay, well we're gonna make a new animation anyways, so we're gonna call it run. We're gonna go back to here. I have no idea how many sprites this is gonna be. Don't just shut up. I don't need to. I don't. And then, okay, on this animation, we're gonna make the length 0.6. We're gonna want it to loop. Perfect. All right, so onion skinning is when you remove the skin from an onion. Ah, I see. That makes it so much. That makes it so much clearer to me. I thanks for the. Thank you. Okay, and we're gonna, while I'm thinking about it, resize the collision shape to be a little bit more accurate. It doesn't need to be super accurate, but that'll do. All right, so now we have these two animation states set. So all right, let's think about what's next. So we have our idle animation. So it's time to insert this. So now so that will give us that when we need it. So then so we're gonna make sure that we need sprite data as well, don't we? So then we want our scale to be so we'll test this real quick. There we go. Now it flips us upside down whenever we switch gravity. so that's exciting. So we'll just leave that there, and then we're gonna make a new function. Which we're gonna need later. If we're not moving, oh, we need one more. We need one more function. So we're gonna ignore that. Did I just call it NMP? Okay. Okay, so what did we call it? We called it idle with a capital I. Okay. Cool, nice crash. Because of that assign there. Okay, so we have our little animation playing. So I'm gonna scale the camera like way down. Not the level, please, thank you. We're gonna make it like, let's go to project settings. Window, and we're just gonna make this half, so that would be 370 by 240. Make this like 20. 10. See how that looks. Okay, so we have our idle animation playing. Otherwise, we're going to oh, well, this is going to be actually really easy. We can just set the scale to that. Okay. No. That's not going to work, so we'll just call it that for now. This is going to be really easy, though. So now we'll just make that the other thing, and then Do you like how I have semicolons on some of this stuff, but semicolons on not other things because GDScript doesn't require it and I always forget? Me too. No, this isn't what I want. So I need to do this again. If our move direction is less than 0, so we're moving to the left, and facing right, then we're gonna flip. Don't yell at me, I know. I need a colon there. Okay, so that should be most of our animation stuff fixed and working. Oh my god! That's so exciting. So now that these are so much smaller, I'm gonna change a lot of values here. So we're gonna have both of our speed and our jump speed, and then reduce our gravity from 100 to 75 and see how we feel about that. We're gonna make our grav thresh like this, and we're gonna reduce our gravity to like less than half of what it just was. That's too moony. What if it's 50? Okay, so now we're gonna work on the jump animations. So that's gonna be pretty hard, I think, maybe, I don't know. Show me the scene, please. So our sprite, what's our jump sprite? Okay, well here. So then this should just be that. We're gonna make these both single thing jumps because I think that looks cleaner. Let's see what other frames we've got on hand. Let's go back to 0. So this is like some dying, some running, some pushing, some something, some attacking, some idle. Okay, so now we're going to do that. No! Come back. Put you here. Put you here. And then we're going to do that and then that. I can text on the texture region tab at the bottom middle panel and it'll show the whole texture. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the heads up, Jackal. Was not aware. So now, if we make this that long, loop it and play it, let's see. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be a perfectly serviceable jump. Okay, so now, let's go here. So if we're not on the ground and we are, what do I want here? New to Godot? Yeah, I am. So I worked on like 2/3 of a GMTK jam for 2021 game, and then didn't end up finishing it because I'm a rube. But that was the only like serious thing I've made in it. So yeah, this is me just sort of learning it. So I want to make sure I'm still moving upwards. So I want my V speed times my gravity direction. Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm really liking the engine so far. It's I've worked in Game Maker pretty extensively. I did a bit of a thing in RenPy for a class project, and I worked in Unity on and off for like 2 years. This is definitely probably my favorite of the 4. It's easily the most versatile, and it's, I don't know, I just like, even though I'm not a big fan of Python, I quite like GDScript. Like, I think it's very good at what it does. Yeah, it's really fun, and the node system is just great. I think it's one of the best like inheritance models that I've seen in a game engine. I think it's way better than the way Unity handles stuff. So we want to make sure we're in the air and we're going up. So we want our vertical speed to be between right, well I could just do if the vertical speed is going up, right? But the problem is, since I have this gravity, since I have like the gravity switching mechanic, where here it's gonna be if it's greater than 0. And I also don't want it to happen when we're flipping, I guess? Well, I mean, no, it'd be nice if it plays more flipping also, so that's fine. So if the vertical, so where was that comment? So if we're not on the ground, yeah, we do have a gravity direction. What do you mean by a match? Like our V speed. Can be, yeah, this can be, for right now, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm gonna look into that more later. So we'll just do this super, like, dirty solution. See if that works. Yeah, okay. So then we're well, okay, so let me actually, well, since you mentioned it, I'm gonna look up. Okay, so I just do like match movedir, and then No, I don't want you to be like that. Yeah, for real. Okay, so we'll say it's the value and then a colon. So 1 and then -1. And then if v speed is less than 0, play the jump animation, and then if it's greater than 0, play the jump animation, and then else no. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so now we can get rid of that whole chunk of terrible if statements, but we also need to make sure that we're not on the ground, so okay. So let's see if this has done what we want, except I don't want it to be moveder, I want it to be grabber. Nice. Okay. That looks really good. I'm actually extremely happy with that. Okay. So I think that that means that I am done with player-related stuff. And we have about an hour and 20 minutes on the clock. So that's exciting. Let's see what else we can get done. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a win condition. We'll make it as right. We'll rename it to win condition. And let's see what other sprites are in this tile set pack. Where are my itch games hiding? Where are my itch downloads? Yeah, thanks for all the help, Jackal. Definitely appreciate it. What was I looking for? Miscellaneous sprites. We'll do like a nice little sign, why don't we? No. Oh, here, we'll just do, what if we just did like this save point thing, but since I'm not doing saves, that can be our so we'll save that there, and then we will open that one. Give it some frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it was. No, it was 8. So then And we'll give it an animation player. We'll actually probably... Okay. And then new animation, call it pulse. And just make it so that that's always playing. And then where are you? Come back over here. So we'll key it in. Then key. Key. Make it 0.9. And then we'll just place one over here just to see what it looks like, if that's working. It is not. So for the animation player, our current animation is going to be pulse, and it's going to be immediate, and it's going to loop. Let's see what happens then. Still not going. Okay. Process mode, don't care about. Speed, we don't care about. Current animation, pulse. Okay. Do we have to make a whole script for this? Oh, we might. Well, that's fine. We'll need a script anyways, so... After the animation name to the right, click the icon next to edit. This one, the onion skinning? Or autoplay on load. There we go. I see. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, there it is. Okay, awesome. Damn. Thanks for being so helpful, man. I really appreciate it. All right, so what's our last thing that we're gonna do? We're gonna give it, so we wanna give it like an area collision. We should have not made this a sprite, but that's fine. So if we make this an area 2D, can we make that the child? No, okay. This will be fine. It'll be fine making it this way. Collision shape 2D. Make you a rectangle. Oh, so I could go reparent to new node, and I could also go oh, so it is. Okay. Sweet, thank you. And then we can just get rid of this script because we don't need this one right now. So now we're going to give you the script, put it into the scripts thing. So now let's go ahead and see what functions area 2D gives us. Area entered, so we'll do that. So that means we need to set monitoring to true. Yes. The method area entered isn't declared. Okay, so we're just gonna say if it overlaps body. I'm gonna want to make a variable called colliding. Okay. And then, so use a signal to area entered. What is yeah. So how would I call for that one signal? It honestly doesn't super matter if we go for area exited to reset, because area 2D node. All right. Oh, I see. Okay. There we go. Gotcha. Okay. Whoops. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. All right, so we're gonna disconnect that and go body entered. All right, so let's test that. Okay, so that'll work. So since this is a very short, like, challenge style thing, I'm not gonna make a bunch of super complicated level. Oh shit, sorry, it gets mad when you post links. I think you can whisper them to me if you want. Yeah, sorry about that. I was having some spam issues earlier of, like, people sending in garbage links. Oh, it just got angry at the concept of a dot. That's funny. Okay, awesome. Sweet, thank you. Yeah, I got you. So now, to wrap up our little adventure, we're going to... Oh, here, you weren't here earlier when I was making this tile map. Do you want to cringe at how bad I am at making tile sets? This is just included in the, like, pack thing that I got. And I know this isn't how you're supposed to have it be auto-tiling. But this is how I did it. So I thought that was funny. Because I need to go back. I went through Heartbeast's action RPG tutorial because that's like a really good comprehensive tutorial. And I mostly remember the bitmask part, but not enough. And so this functions well enough that I can make squares. So that's good enough for the scope of this little game. But yeah, this is very, very bad. But I thought it was funny. So now we're just going to go around and actually use the things that we have. So three by three minimal is what it should be. Alright, thank you. Yeah, once I learn some more, like, of the actual inner functions of the engine, I'm gonna try and make some commits to try and make their collision system a little bit better, because it's kind of not the best. But this is a trash auto tile. Determines where an adjacent links. Yeah, this is like all wrong. So let me see. Now that I'm actually know anything about this, let me set up the collision on all of these. Alright, so let's go over to our bitmask. Okay, so let's see if we can figure this out. So where an adjacent is going to link. So that would be everywhere but the middle for this one, I think. And then these will link on the sides. And then these will link. The left grass side was correct. Oh, it's like this is just right? This is correct? furiously spamming the undo key. Okay, the left grass side is correct. All the metal should be masked. Okay. The outer green area will not be masked. Okay, so that's... makes sense so far. So, like, is this right for this one? It's all the edges and exclude the middle. Okay. Okay. So that should be right, except for some reason it gives me this. Oh, no, it works now. Yay! All right, thank you. Thanks a billion once again. So we're gonna kind of set up a little jumping puzzle sort of thing. And then, okay, so if we wanted, we could jump all the way over. So we're gonna make our next one like here to require a double jump. Make a single tile by just adding a mask in the center of the tile. Okay, awesome. So let's see if this correctly requires a double jump. No, okay. The one with two ends in the middle, just a mask in the center of that. Okay. Not new auto tile, I want to edit this current one. The one with two ends and middle. Just a mask in the center of that. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Would be center only. Like that, you mean? The bottom right tiles. Oh, I see. So like that. No, those are good. Okay, sorry. These. The bottom right of the tile sheet. Oh, you mean this stuff? Change the region to cover the whole sheet. Okay. And then just a dot in the center like that. Across all the tiles. So now if I want to do it, would it? Oh! That's awesome. Okay, sweet. So I've got one final question for you then. How can I make this one the default tile? The second part at top left where I got an extra mask in there. Like that, you mean? Or this top left. The second part at top left. In the blank middle. Okay, so I've got an extra mask in here. Oh, there it is. Gotcha. So, final question for tile setting stuff, and then I'll leave you alone on this. How do I make it so that, like, this is the default one? You know? Is that what priority means? Icon tab. Bam. Oh, snap. Okay. Swag. Hey! Dude, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Alright. So now... Okay, so it's still not big enough to require a double jump. And we're also going to make the camera bigger. What's half of 720 is? Or what's 3/4 of 720 is? Cannot do math. So I went at 540 and then 960. I can use math in the edit box? Oh, no way. Whoa! That's incredible. Oh, this is the best game engine ever. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, okay, sweet. So now we're just gonna make it a little bit smaller than that. Is that good? All right, that's awesome. So now I'm gonna try and experiment with like clamping the camera limit. So the left limit, where? Flappy Mario looking. Thank you as always, Amber, for your insightful commentary. Test width is the window size. You want to treat it like GameMaker's view size and viewport. Okay, sweet. so this is negative 240 and let's see if that works. No. Yeah, that is totally borked the camera. Okay, so left is negative. Top and left is what I want. Okay. Right and bottom is view side. Oh, I understand. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So now it's correctly doing what I want, so that's cool. Okay, so now we can test this a little bit. It still prints gabagool in my console whenever I die. Very good testing. Give you my tile map to instance script. Makes building levels so much faster and easier. Oh, for real? That would be super hype. If you want to whisper it to me, it won't yell at you for a link. Drink some more game development juice. Okay, so then after that, after I introduce the movement and double jump, then so now we've introduced jumping, double jumping. I want to make the bottom view a little bit bigger. Is this gonna stretch everything to like a super annoying degree? Yeah. So if I give the camera that bottom clamp, allow a permit link. It's a paste bin? Okay, I'll allow a paste bin. Okay, paste bin should work now. And it's a Nightbot thing, and I'm still learning how that works, but I think Pastebin has been whitelisted. Thanks, Amber, for your insightful commentary as always. You truly love to see it. Ah, I'm a bad person. Okay. I'm just gonna disable the link banning. There you go. You should be able to just do it now. Now you might be able to send something. Because I just turned off the link situation. Oh, it's haste. It was actually hastebin. I thought that was a typo. Alright, thanks, boss. Appreciate. Awesome, thanks. I should make an alt Discord that I have open for during streams. Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up. I should make a Discord. I don't know. I feel like nobody ever joins like streamer Discords. Like I'm in like one, and I don't know. I feel like making a Discord when I have like 2 concurrent viewers ever is like not particularly like it. I don't know. I don't want to give people the vibe that I'm just like trying to do this because I want to grow or whatever, or I want to become like a pro, because that's just like not my vibe. But yeah, you're probably right, Amber, as always. Like a commentary box on the website, yeah. Yeah, Jackal, you're right. That's the copy pasting stuff can be definitely irritating. How do I Okay, so let's think about this. The limit should be 592, but it seems like it doesn't want to be. All right. Let's see what our time's looking like. Why is it paused? Okay, well, the actual amount of time that we have left is about 35 minutes. Yeah. All right, awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I'll definitely, I'm not going to use that in this one just because I have very limited amount of time left. So how can I make it so that it actually clamps the bottom? Because that's like not working right now. Yeah, it's just not affecting it. Yeah, that you're probably right, but I don't know. I really want to get like an actual project finished. So how can I make it so that this never shows? Like it's always clamped to the bottom. I can just do that. That'll work. And then clamp it like that. Okay, so now we need to, this is, all right, we're getting somewhere now. And now we're gonna zoom it in a bit. Okay. Now we're gonna add some just decorative flair. You know what, we'll call this fine. I wish I could just make it a little bit taller without it becoming a stretchy garbage mess. Where are you? Not editor settings. Okay. Alright, so we'll just tile map this up. Set the bottom camera limit to view height. What do you mean by KS? Like, is it just like something like that, or? All right. It's the clamp limit for boundary. I see. Okay. So now 1, 2, 3. Control Shift drag. Oh, I see. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, right, hold on. Bam. All right. So now we're going to copy and paste, unfortunately. No, not the script. We want the thing. All right, so final thing we're gonna do. How much time we got on the clock? 23 minutes. Perfect. So how can we like draw text? What would be the easiest way for me to draw text to the screen? So if we just keep that default, so we want the position to be, let's call it 500. What is the, use a label node and then I can do, okay. Label node. And we're gonna make by default, since it's upside down right now. Okay. Add it to a canvas layer? Okay. Invalid set index text null instance with value of type string. There we go. Yay, okay. So now we're just gonna move that to be in like a real place. If we move it there, will that be good? Hey. All right, and then just for kicks, let's add a fun font to it. Yeah, I saw that right as I was doing it. I like perfect DOS. Alright, I messed around with fonts on my GMTK project. Let's see if I remember how they work. So, so we're dragging this in. Use the canvas layer. Custom fonts, new dynamic font, settings, font, new dynamic font data. Or no, hold on, this is all wrong. Clear. So we need to go to get off of signals. Unselect everything. So I think that's right? Or no, this is already font data. Okay, so never mind then. We can go to label, custom fonts, new dynamic font, font, load, U. Okay, so now let's see if that works. Yay! Fonts work. Okay. Now for one extra bit of fun. Yeah. And then we'll just say so how would I set the font color? Custom colors / font _ color. can just modulate the node. Add color override. Font color. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. Oh, so is it between? So is it between 0 and 1 for all colors, or is it like regular RGB values? Decimal values. Oh yeah, random is what we want. Oh yeah, then modulate one is redundant. Thanks, Amber. Yeah, that was sort of my idea. I was thinking about VVVVV earlier, and I was like, when I was thinking about ideas for a 2-hour game jam, I was like, that'll work. Hey, there we go, fun funky colors. Alright, so time on the clock is, where's my time? Did I close out my timer? Oh, I closed out my timer. It's 5:26 though, which means I have like 5 minutes. So, just to wrap things up, I guess, let's go to background. So I remember there being a way with sprites. You might remember, you might know this, Jackal, to make it so that I can just What's the width and height of this thing? 240 by 160. There we go. So now I think no. Is it filter? How can I make it so that I can just like let it repeat? So I'm gonna put it behind everything. Texture rect, set it to repeat. I see. Okay. That is exactly what I mean. Where are you? There you are. And then so first, what if I want it to what if I want to scale it like this? And then tile. There we go. Now we'll move that all the way up to the top. Hey, it looks like a real video game now. Yay. One last thing before I go, how can I clamp the cameras here? Is this what top and right means? So if I make like top 129 or bottom 129 and right like 2256. Will that clamp it? No, it won't. Okay. I should expand the rooftop. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. How do I clamp the final couple tiles here? We'll just, you know what, we'll just expand the tile set. Oops. You see the light blue rectangle in the scene. Yeah, this one. That's the default viewport. Yes, this is true. Oh, you mean this? Okay. All right. All right, well, I'm out of time, but I'm like really happy with the results of this. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna flesh it out more on another stream, but for now, we're gonna actually figure out how to export, like, how do you make this a game? We'll make a HTML. What if Windows was the thing? Just trashed this. Windows, Linux, manage export templates. All right, download this thing. Yep, looks like this might be our thing that we need. Okay, so then close that. So now projects, export, trash this just to make sure that it works. Linux and Mac. Okay. And then let's export project. Export PCK. 3-hour game. So now if I go in here, that's our project stuff. So I'll have to export them one by one. That's perfectly fine. So export project, builds, three-hour game. So it just goes out as an x86-64. And then all right, so let's, now that we've done this, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move that actually, because I'm gonna make this a Git repo so that I can upload this stuff with some projects. But now we get to upload it. Can you upload stuff from the thing? No, okay. All right, so that's gonna be the end of the stream. I'm gonna toss it up on my itch, which is just itch.io/protodrew. Jackal, thank you so much for popping by. Yeah, if you ever want to hang out again, it has been an absolute blast. Hopefully the next time we go around, I won't be such a noob about this stuff. But yeah, thank you for being so helpful and like here. It was super sweet. So yeah, that was a blast. Thank you so much. I'm gonna peace out. Bye.